Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is March Nubien. Quick story time. This is a true story. Feel free to believe or not, but the lesson is important. It goes like this. There were two friends, two very good friends in high school. They loved luxury. By friends, I mean two female friends, two girlfriends. They loved luxury, the finest things in life, but they never really wanted to work too hard for it. So, they had a preference for Caucasian males. To them, Caucasian males were the symbol of status and success. Every time they would date one, Caucasian male, it never lasts, only for like a few months, a few weeks. So one of the friends decided she wanted to be down like her peers, like have status, be with a wealthy Caucasian male. And she was willing to do anything for it. So she talked to her girlfriend. She said, listen, I'm looking for a witch doctor. If you know somebody who can help us do a love spell or a love ritual so I can get me a white man. Again, the color of the skin of the man is not important. It's about the story. So, after looking for a few weeks, they finally found a witch doctor, a practitioner, a very good one at it. So he asked them, so what exactly are you looking for? The one interested said, I'm looking for a very wealthy white man. I'm willing to do anything to have one. I want people to respect me, to look up to me, to admire me, to envy me when they see me with my husband. The practitioner asked her, are you sure that's what you want? She said, yes, I will do anything for it. All right, he said, all right, come see me on such and such day. I'll see what I can do. On a designated day, she went to see the practitioner. He did some rituals and stuff, prayers, incantations for her. And then he said, that's the first part. Now, the second step is you're going to go in a cemetery, in a designated tomb. You're going to lay on top of the tomb at midnight, completely naked, and your legs widespread. Remember, she was willing to do anything, so she had no objections. On the designated night, she went to a cemetery. She found a tomb. She lay there at midnight for a few hours. 1 a.m. went by, 2 a.m. went by, 3 a.m. went by, 4 a.m. went by, 5, nothing. At first she thought, he might be the practitioner himself, trying to act like he's, The deal was if you lay there at night, completely naked, your husband, the white man you so desire, will appear. Nothing happened. The next day, she went back to the practitioner. She said, listen, I did everything you asked. This guy didn't show up. He said, don't worry about it. Tonight, stay in your room, and you will see. All right. So that night, she was waiting with her friend, her girlfriend. They were both there waiting. At midnight on the dot, a white male appeared. But he didn't look like nothing she expected. He was old, long beard, and he was only wearing a very filthy, dirty underwear. But the way he appeared in the room, the other girlfriend couldn't help but pass out. She passed out completely. The shock was, because first of all, how did he get in the room? All the doors were locked. So, this being, creature, man that appeared said, she said, "Who are you?" Well, she asked him, "Who are you?" She said, "I'm your husband. You asked for me." She said, "But this is not what I asked for." He said, "But you said you want a white male." "I'm a white male." She said, "Yes." She said, "Listen." He said, "Listen, I'm your husband. Fulfill your wifely duties." Long story short, they had intercourse. When he left her with a huge, huge suitcase full of money. A lot of money. We're talking millions. If you were to convert it, it would be millions of dollars. Okay. Well, she told her story to her girlfriend who passed out, told her everything. Now, they thought it was a one-time off deal. No. It gets interesting. That same being, creature, male, will appear every night at midnight to have intercourse with her. Every night. This went on for weeks, months. Every night, even during her menses. And every time he would leave her with a bag of money. Now she's wealthy. He told her, "Listen, I want you to get a house." They got a big house. It looked like a castle. He told her, "Listen, there are conditions to this. You must never be outside past 7 p.m. You must be in the house. Also, in this big house, you're not allowed to have visitors. Ever. This house is just for me and you." So, the money was there, but she started experiencing some physical repercussions. Her wealth started going down the hill. She started losing a lot of weight, and she was bleeding all the time. Also, the creature, the male, the being, started engaging in some of the, let's just say, unorthodox sexual practices. In the beginning, she wanted to run away or stop the practices or anything. So she went and she went looking for the practitioner who did the ritual for her. Unfortunately, by the time she went there, he was already dead. He passed away. And the creature told her, "If you ever leave me, you will die, because there's some kind of, the pact that was done is you're bound to me. Your soul is bound to me. And you already took my money and everything. That's the price you pay for what, you did." So one day, maybe out of guilt, who knows, she called on her girlfriend, because in the process they stopped talking, because the girlfriend said, "You push it too far, like the things you into." So she confessed everything, all the sexual things she has been doing, all the things that have been taking places. And unfortunately also, the money she was receiving through these practices, she was not allowed to do anything of charity with her money. She couldn't help people. She was not allowed to do that, or have businesses, or, you know what I'm saying? Everything was done for selfish reasons. So she explained the whole story to her girlfriend. And she said she regrets doing what she did, because not only she's bleeding all the time, but her health is going downhill. And she starts smelling bad, like she's rotting, like really, really bad. And every day that goes by, she's dying little by little. She was telling this story to her girlfriend with tears in her eyes. We got this story from her girlfriend. The story is not meant to judge, condemn anyone. It's meant as a teaching moment. One of the mistakes the young lady made, mind you, she was 23, by the way. 23, 22. She was very young. But she wanted that fast life. And she also had a complex of inferiority. She wanted a white man. Nothing against white men or white women. We are God's children. We're part of the human race. But if you getting a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, means you have to downgrade or talk bad on another group of people, there's some wrong there. Also, in magic, when one is making a demand, a wish, please be as specific as possible. All she asked for was, I want a white husband. She never said, do I want him young? Do I want him clean? Specify the terms of the pact. She never did that. She went in there with a spirit of desperation. She said she was willing to do anything to get what she wants. She was vague. So the spirit decided for her. Sent an old man, filthy, dirty. It was never specified how many times they will have intercourse. The point I'm making is when you make a demand to the universe, to the gods, the spirits, please be as specific as possible. Also, have wisdom. Do proper research. Ask yourself, am I willing to pay the price or do what it takes for the rest of my life? Because certain things come with a heavy price. Ladies and gentlemen, this whole thing we call life boils down to three things: choices, decisions, and consequences. Your choices are easy to make, but can you deal with the consequences? There are some acts we do, we pause 1 minute, one time, but we don't know we're going to pay for it down the line 5, 10, 20 years later. And sometimes there's a heavy price to pay. I hope you enjoyed this story.